My name is Heather Rodriguez. I am the founder of Natural Fertility Company. You can find out more about what we do at naturalfertilityinfo.com, but today's scope is going to be about the top 5 ways that you can get started boosting your fertility naturally. The 5 areas of life that you want to focus on that are very important to make sure you have a plan and an idea in each area of what you're going to be doing to help boost your fertility naturally. So I'll tell you quickly a little bit about myself if you have never met me before or read any of the work that I'm doing. I'm an herbalist and nutritionist. I've been working with couples helping to boost their fertility since 2007. We help thousands of couples monthly to prepare for fertility treatments or to boost their fertility naturally using herbs, diet, supplements, various natural therapies like that. And my scopes are about natural ways that you can boost your fertility using these herbs and supplements and various things, and they work really, really well. One of the benefits of using natural therapies, regardless if you're going all natural or if you're going to use medical fertility treatments, is to be really healthy and prepared for pregnancy. So we can reduce a lot of the different birth defects and different things that are happening to children now because of how much toxins and things that we're exposed to on a daily basis. Okay, so on to my tips, the top 5 ways that you can get started to boost your fertility naturally. Make sure to share this with someone if you know that they're trying to get pregnant or they've been having trouble conceiving. This will be very, very helpful for them. This is something that's going to be applicable to both men and women. And it's something that you want to focus on for at least 3 months. So a lot of the natural therapies are going to take 3 months to work or to begin seeing an effect, because that's the cycle of ovulation and that's the cycle of sperm production. So that's something to think about. What you're doing today and the things you're exposing yourself to today will affect the egg or the sperm that will be used to make a child 3 months from now. So it's pretty exciting, if you're looking at boosting your fertility naturally, being able to have an impact on the health of your eggs. Okay, so on to my tips, my top 5 natural ways to boost your fertility naturally. The first area you want to focus on is diet. This is something that I go on and on about with a lot of my articles and when I'm working with people, is you need to focus on diet. There's a couple different areas to focus on. This isn't going to be something that is going to be about, losing weight, or that's going to be about trying to cut things out. What we want to focus on is what you're bringing into your diet. So we're not going to overhaul everything overnight. That's too much. That's too overwhelming. So instead, focus on eating foods that are, 1, rich in antioxidants. A food is rich in antioxidants because it's going to have a lot of color to it. So fruits and vegetables have a lot of antioxidants in them. Really bright berries and dark berries have lots of antioxidants in them. So eat colorful foods. Those are going to have antioxidants. The antioxidants are going to be very helpful in supporting egg health and making sure that the free radicals are not damaging the DNA. So I'm trying to keep it simple, but it's really important to have the antioxidants regardless of if anything's going on with your fertility or not. Another aspect of diet to focus on is to make sure that you're eating enough fats and that you're eating a wide variety of healthy fats. So this is not a time to go on a low-fat diet. This is a time to make sure you're eating lots of different seeds, nuts, a lot of different oils. So for instance, flax oil is great, hemp oil, walnut oil. For cooking, I like to use avocado or grapeseed because those are they have a high heat tolerance, so you can use them to saute vegetables and different things, and they're actually going to still have essential fatty acids intact, more so than if you're cooking with on high heat with olive oil, or of course you never cook with flaxseed oil, but they're a lot more sensitive. So healthy oils, and then healthy fats from the avocados, from eating cold water fish, various things like that. Fats are important because for a lot of different reasons, but they're part of what hormones are made of. And a lot of the issues that we run into with fertility is that people are deficient in some hormones, or they might have excess of other hormones. So we want to have the building blocks so that we can build enough progesterone or enough testosterone and these various things. Fat is one of the building blocks that we need for that to happen. Another area of diet to focus on is fiber. Who knew? Fiber for fertility. One of the things that fiber does is it actually helps the body to get rid of excess hormones. So make sure you're eating a fiber-rich diet. Another aspect of the fertility diet is to make sure that you're getting enough wide variety of whole grains, eating beans, eating leafy green vegetables. Those are going to have the fiber, but they're also going to have folic acid in it. Folic acid, I think everybody's heard of folic acid, right? We all need to be taking it when we're pregnant, but we also need to have folic acid in our diet before we are pregnant, because folic acid is one of the main things that helps to prevent spina bifida, which is a somewhat common birth defect. It's a very sad birth defect. And so the period of time that you actually need to be taking folic acid is before you can actually detect that you're pregnant. So make sure that's in your diet beforehand while you're trying to get pregnant. Lots of folic acid. Again, leafy greens, beans, nuts and seeds, you can find the folic acid. Another important part of the fertility diet is to make sure you're getting enough iron. So so that's enough about diet. I'll be going more into that in future scopes because it's a big topic, but just think about those things moving forward. Another one of the top ways to help boost your fertility is to actually use herbs. Herbs are obviously one of my favorite things because I'm an herbalist, but herbs are a wonderful way to help support the body's functions, to help with various things such as hormone balance, help with hormone production, help with supporting the liver and the various systems of the body to detoxify hormones. There's all kinds of things you can do with herbs, and herbs are amazing. They do take a little bit of time to work. They're not like pharmaceutical drugs because they're actually helping the body to balance itself, and they're helping the body to function properly as it's supposed to. It doesn't force the body to do something. So there's a lot of different fertility herbs you can work with. They're each going to be individual to different fertility issues or different actions you're trying to bring about within the body. So fertility herbs, some of my top fertility herbs that are kind of universal. I love maca. Maca is fantastic. Vitex is amazing. Tribulus. Any of the liver herbs like milk thistle, these are all great for fertility for different reasons. Again, we'll go into it more in future scopes because I'm trying to keep this one kind of quick. The next step to boosting your fertility naturally and to get started and to think about in your plan is to cleanse and prepare. So we talk about a lot of the people that work with us, we get them started on a natural fertility cleanse to get going. That's to help cleanse the liver or support the liver in the liver cleansing the body. And it's helping to support the uterus so that the uterus is getting great circulation and is prepared for an embryo to implant and for life to begin growing in there. So cleansing is another large topic, but that's something important to think about. Another thing is to increase circulation. Think of various ways you can increase circulation, especially to your reproductive system. Some ideas: massage, self-fertility massage, fertility yoga, exercise, hot cold therapies, dry brushing, running, walking. And let's see, I got a question. Is it important for men to cleanse as well? Yes, thank you so much for bringing that question up. That's super important. It's just as important for men to cleanse as it is for women to cleanse. Great point. A lot of people don't know that the statistics for infertility, 40% of the time it's happening within the woman's body, 40% of the time it's happening within the men's body, equal amounts. And then the last 20%, there's something happening with both of them. So it's so important for the partner, the male partner, to be doing a lot of these things alongside. It's something I don't see as much, unfortunately, but it's something that is really, really important. So you can do a male cleanse and you can do a fertility cleanse. It's really good to do it together. We have a lot of customers who do it together. It's important for the man and the woman to be following both of these tips. For all these tips that I'm mentioning, they are for both men and women. I do speak mostly to women because women are the ones who do a lot more of the research and reach out and kind of get the program started for the family. So increase circulation. That's going to be important for men as well. Especially if people sit a lot. We sit a lot at our desks, and it's important to figure out what's going to work for you. I personally love yoga. I used to not love yoga. I was the girl who was like, I'm supposed to do yoga. It's what I'm supposed to do. I'm into natural health, and I didn't like it until I found a more restorative, calm type of yoga practice. I was going to those classes where people were powering through, and it was really, really hard until I found calm yoga. Yoga that's done on the ground, yoga that's done slowly. So check out different things that might work for you. It doesn't have to be yoga. It could be walking, it could be running, other things. So my last tip, so I'll kind of recap first before the last tip. So the 5 natural ways to boost fertility and things to be looking at and focusing on when you're creating your own program is one, diet. And we talked about a various array of things within the diet to add and to be looking at, but pick one of those things to get started. The second is fertility herbs, learning more about fertility herbs and thinking, oh, okay, my cycle isn't long enough. Is there an herb for that? Yes, there is. Or I don't have proper amounts of cervical mucus. Is there an herb for that? Yes, there is. So herbs. Cleansing and preparing, both men and women, this is very important. We want to prepare the body and to have a healthy home for the 9 months that our beautiful, wonderful miracle of a child will be living in and growing and developing. And the fourth tip was to increase circulation through various methods. So my last tip, this is something that I think a lot of people don't think about naturally when they're trying to get pregnant. They're like, what can I do? What can I put into my body? What herbs can I take? How can I do this quickly? So my last tip is to choose and implement a mind-body practice daily. The reason is stress is actually one of the main causes of hormonal imbalance. And the reason is because when we're stressed out and we have all these stress hormones happening and the stress cascade happening, the liver will actually focus on getting rid of those hormones and cleansing and helping the body to disperse of those hormones before it will our sex hormones. So say we have excess estrogen. This is a very common reason people have issues with not ovulating or not getting pregnant, is they might be in excess of estrogen. If we're stressed all the time, the liver is going to be focusing on getting rid of those stress hormones, and it could care less about this excess estrogen that's in our system that it should be caring about, that we want it to care about. So that's one of the reasons to focus on a mind-body practice. Examples of mind-body practice: meditation, again, yoga, it's kind of like 2 for 1. Breathing exercises, using essential oils, like having some type of practice that's a stress reducing practice. I really like exercising. That's something I do for stress reduction. I love meditation. I just started getting into like pranayama, like doing different deep breathing exercises. So find something that works for you. It might be hiking, it might be art. Have fun with it to figure out. So I hope you found these tips helpful. I try to keep these short. I'm not quite sure about how long that I've gone for, but I want to bring things to you that are very useful, that you can start implementing today, that keep you on your journey, that keep you motivated, so that you can get to the point where, guess what, Heather? I'm pregnant. I'm glad you found it so helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be doing a kind of like a Q&A at the end of the week of everybody's questions as we get going here. And also things that you want to know about. What is it that you want to know about for your fertility? Are you wanting to prepare? Are you wanting to overcome a fertility issue? So share that with me. I thank you so much for joining me. You can find us on Instagram at Natural Fertility Info. We're on Facebook. We're now on Periscope. I actually really like Periscope. I think it's really fun. And you can find us on Twitter. We're everywhere. You can either find Natural Fertility Info and the website naturalfertilityinfo.com. All right, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you again tomorrow.